Hey everyone, it's World Film Geek here, and I interviewed Jonathan W. Stokes. He is an author, screenwriter, and director. His latest film, Wildcat, is on demand and on digital, and will be released on DVD on June 29th. Enjoy the interview. Hey, Georgina Campbell really brought it to the table in that role. She did an excellent job in the role, and
Oh my gosh.
I mean, her she performed with both Luke and I mean, it just like she nailed it totally.
She's such a staggering talent. I think the whole crew is just sort of in awe of her. I'm so glad that her performance came through for you. I cannot sing her praises highly enough. There was one pickup shot where we just needed to get Ibrahim Rano's character brushing her hair. That was it. We just needed to pick up this 3-second shot. And, Georgina's face, she was barely in the shot. And we had to do 12 takes because it was so hard just to get this hand motion in camera. It was just one of those dumb things that turned out to be difficult to shoot. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't until we were watching dailies that I realized that Georgina was full on in tears for all 12 takes of this 3-second pickup shot. That was how committed she was as an actress. She totally could have phoned it in for this little pickup. Mm-hmm. Her hair was covering her face, but she just brought it in every single take. And Matt Blundell, the editor, and I would just be, in the edit room together, shaking our heads because those actors, it's really clear which take you're going to use. Maybe you shoot 4 takes and one of them is really good. Mm-hmm. With Georgina, we'd be pulling her hair out because she would do 4 takes and it'd be impossible to decide which take was the best. She was just that good in every single take.
That's amazing. And, I like the fact that surprised me was that she kind of changed the stories little by little, and it's kind of like you're gradually wondering, like, is she really this? Is she really that? It's kind of like that little, is she? What is she doing? And up until the end, I just kept thinking, all right, she's got to be this, she's got to be this. I kept guessing until the very end of the movie, and my mouth dropped when the whole thing was revealed, and I'm like, whoa. I was like, I kind of knew it, but I didn't want to say anything. I'm like, it was really great.
Terrific, wonderful. It's great to hear.
And I also like the fact that you put it into 4 parts. It felt like it felt like I was watching the different chapters, like if this was made into a series, like a 4-part limited series.
Nice. Yeah, we discovered that in the edit, those sort of Quentin Tarantino-esque chapter titles. Mm-hmm. That wasn't in the script. We just sort of figured out in the edit. I think because we're in one location the whole movie, we just needed to sort of telegraph to the audience that we're moving along and things are progressing. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I'm glad that chapter structure ended up working out.
That's great. So how long did shooting take, and what challenges did you face besides the fact that Georgina Campbell was that good of an actress?
We had 17 days of production, but we were very fortunate with our pre-production in that the whole thing at Soapbox Films in Burbank, so we had complete facilities with them for pre-production, production, and post-production. Mm-hmm. And what that meant was that we could build the set way ahead of time. And then the DP and I could do all of the blocking, all the camera blocking well ahead of time. So we know our whole shot list weeks before we shot. And then we had a full week of rehearsal with the actors in the actual set. And we had a full week of lighting and camera testing in the actual set. And all this turned out to be so clutch and so important because when we were actually shooting and money is being spent and the crew's all standing by, we were able to move as efficiently as possible because all of the big questions had been answered in pre-production. Mm-hmm. The actors knew their jobs, the camera crew knew their jobs, and so production could be as painless as possible.
That's very lucky because I hear a lot, especially with indie films. Everyone talks about time issues, money issues, but it just seems like you had everything packed down, and this was like a smooth shoot.
I recommend that everybody only shoot one-room movies.
Y'all heard that, folks,
Makes
right?
things easier.
That's awesome. And I gotta say, the supporting cast, mainly, Luke and then the villain, those guys were really great. And I love that little cat and mouse mind game between Georgina's character and the villain. I mean, that was just the focus of the film, and I love that she kept getting inside his head, and he tried to get into hers, but failed like constantly, and he let his ego get the best of him.
You're right. That actor's name is Nito Hamada, and I just think he is a sensational actor, and I don't know why he hasn't won 10 Oscars. And I hope that he gets a ton of opportunities. And Luke Benward,
Yeah.
I think was 23 when we shot this movie, and is already, I think, such a wonderfully talented and mature actor. And they were also all just, sweet, nice people who were lovely to be on set with every day.
That's awesome. And yeah, like I can't wait to see these guys more on screen, especially this is like to get an opportunity, and I hope it does. And seriously, I think he deserves for that role because he really nailed it down.
Well, thank you for saying that. Yeah, he's wonderful.
So finally, with film and TV production back on the rise, what's next for you?
Well, I'm currently writing Tower Heist 2 for Universal.
Oh,
That'll
awesome.
be a sequel. And I'm writing one of my children's books into an animated kids TV show for Atomic, which is a children's animation studio. So fingers crossed that end up on a network, and that's super fun, and it's just a completely G-rated, totally different realm from Wildcat.
Which is fine because it just showcases that you're versatile, and you don't really get that these days with a lot of these filmmakers. They tend to stick to just one type of film, but in this case, you're really showing that you're versatile.
I love all of it. If I had slightly more career savvy, Albert, I would pick one lane and stick with it. Be better for branding.
That's awesome. So Wildcat is coming out on April 23rd, and those who want something fresh with the military genre film, more of a psychological thriller that's done in chapters, they're going to want to enjoy this because the performances were excellent. Jonathan, thank you so much for taking the time to talk about the film, and to hear those words about my old days of Kung Fu cinema, they mean a lot to me, so thank you so much.
Absolutely, my pleasure. It was fun talking with you today, Albert.
All right, you take care, you stay safe. All right, bye-bye.